Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Frank, this is not an overly long opening hole at 418 yards. What's the best play?
Something down the left, using that slope of the fairway to kick it to the right, and just try and avoid that bunker. Either go past or short of it.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Hunter Mahan, second shot. Good looking shot right here. That is a beauty, a real beauty. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
This is never going to go right. Just depends how far left.
Out of the rough and just a bit offline. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive.
This is an awkward length.
Good putt, and now one under par. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3 downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Challenging shot now from 180 yards. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
It'll take some skill now.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
What a putt. Just missed, Frank.
That's cruel.
Settles in over the putt. Just has the feel today.
It's no snack, though.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. And he's putting for par now. -1 in the early going. This is a strong par 4, 452 yards, the third hole. It's a good challenge, Frank.
It is big sweeping dogleg left. Actually in a straight line, it's 315, 320 yards to run out. So if you hit the ball further than that, it's going to have to draw. Otherwise you'll be hitting in the rough on the other side. Still a lengthy shot under there on a green that actually has 3 different levels. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Good news is, Frank, you can see the golf ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an uncertain lie in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. You'd rather it be in the rough.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Let's see what Hunter Mahan can do with this approach. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Not quite where he was aiming, but still enough room to get it up and down. Getting set now for the second shot here at the third. Break it down for us, Frank.
There's 3 ridges in this green, Rich, so you've got to be aware on where exactly the flag is.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, hello there.
Huge bonus making that one.
This is a bogey try for Hunter Mahan. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Even par early on. And he's putting for double bogey now. One over for the day. Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the 4th at Quail Hollow. A difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway, and another green that has 3 different levels.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brittle out there.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That's a bit offline in the rough. Second shot now at the fourth. Bunkers guarding the front corners of this green. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut, not too bad. Locked in on the read and the speed.
You'd like that one again.
Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the fourth.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke right in the heart. He has this attempt for par. Still even par for the day. And that is disappointing. She just hit it a bit too long.
Well, we forget really how well ladies swing the club at times too. They have the same problems that men do. You hit it too well, it's not going to stop. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Second shot.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. It was a little overambitious.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Standing over his birdie putt. So, 1 over par for the round. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Frank, this is where you know that players like Bubba Watson, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy are playing a different game than guys like me. They step up to this 250-yard par 3 and they might hit a 5-iron. It is a little downhill, but they might be with a middle iron where a lot of us would be with a driver.
Well, you see the advantage of that power on this very hole, not just because of the length they got to hit it, but the green they're heading into. This green slopes off in both directions, right and left, so you have to land that ball in the middle of the green. So yeah, it's a big advantage if you can go at this hole with like a 5-iron.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. He'll need to be strong with this. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. And he's made the green. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. That one is really long, Frank. He miscalculated there.
Well, there has to be something. I mean, from where he was, that's just an aberration. Seriously, that little green patch down the end there with a flag in it, that's where you're meant to go. Not like sailing over yonder.
Hunter for bogey. On the way. What a sensational putt that was, Frank.
Unbelievable. Pace, line, everything to perfection. It's no snack, though. Oh, good roll. Good putt.
Sizable putt from 16 feet. So just a formality here. Well, he has that for bogey, and I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the third hole seems to have really shaken his confidence. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on, do you go for this par 5 and 2? It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, he's hitting it right and he's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
A second shot. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, second shot here at the par 5 7th. You having a go at this one?
Yes, but you still have to respect the water and the trouble around, so anything slightly left of that flag is fine. This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flag stick here, but looks as though it will find the green. Frank, how did he do there?
Well, he's inside 30 feet, but 27 feet, that's not exactly what you'd call close.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Extra stroke added after going into the water. After hitting it in the drink, this is the fourth shot.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine the scorecard is quickly adding up.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just to tap in left. Here's Hunter Mahan for eagle. Well, this one's tracking. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Getting set now over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. So they'll tap in. So 2 over par for the round. Out of the short par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, just 350 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but why not go for it in one, try to make something happen?
I think both plans work well, Rich. This is one of those holes, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. You're going to lay it up, lay it up. If you're going to go for it, just aim at that tree and hit it down there. Just take your medicine.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Strong wind here early in the round. Frank, they took the safe route off the tee. What are they facing now?
Yeah, 245 to the top of this hill, Rich. But still, look at that green up ahead, the angle of it. This is going to have to be hit properly. You want that ball to stop as soon as it lands.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. He's normally really good with these. Hunter Mahan now with the approach. "28 feet from the cup. It's a good-looking putt right here. He might like this one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. And getting ready for the putt. Filling it up today. Beautiful putt.
Even par currently.
He needs this for par. Still even par for the day. Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fellas have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
And setting up here in the rough. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
It's at sneaky distance. A lip out's fine as long as it doesn't happen to you.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. And he's putting for par now. Drops it, and he's at even par. Clean this up with a tap. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. On the tee now at the 10th at Quail Hollow, par 5.
Just under 600 yards, so once again the 300-yard plus tee shot gets a big advantage here, as it should on a reachable par 5. A nice little draw off that tee, keeping it right of the bunkers should be ideal. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Anything you do differently with your setup?
Just dig my feet into the sand a little bit more, but make sure you focused on the exact spot on the ball you want to hit.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Now the third shot for Hunter Mahan. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That's how you play the game. Right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Frank, this looks like a tempting opportunity here at the par 5 10th.
There's a little ridge in the middle of the green on that left side, and that'll kick the ball to the right. So you've either got to be short of it or past it.
All right, Frank, just on the fringe, you might be thinking about making this.
Yeah, he's a better chipper than you, Rich.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Just ideal. Good speed on that putt and just a tap in remaining. Getting set now over the putt. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
See if Hunter Mahan can make a birdie. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. He has to make this for a double bogey.
You know they say you have to keep a level head.
Must you?
Well, what do you do when it's about to fall off?
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose, but be prepared to pay the price should it not come off. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, what's your thinking on this approach shot here at the 11th?
The second shot here at 11 is anything other than straightforward. There's a bit of a ridge in the middle of the screen, so there's a tendency for that ball to roll around a little bit. Be precise.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good.
Really? This is an awkward length.
And rolls it in. Nice putt. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. That's a par. Stays at +2. Could use this. A putt for par. Drops for a par. Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no two holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill, fairway tilts a little bit to the right, and it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball.
Gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Boy, this is a challenging second shot here to the par 4 12.
It's almost like two greens, Rich. That ridge that goes through the middle about the halfway point, 18 to 20 yards. Anything over that will kick on, and anything short of that runs back to the front.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target. It's no snack though.
Filling it up today. Beautiful putt. Settles in over the putt. Makes it and moves to 1 over. This for par. Stays at 1 under with that par. Now to the par 3 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. Has a front right portion. There's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just trying to aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. This for him would be one drop shot. So, 2 over par for the round. Nice par to remain 1 under. Two over for the day. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver, nothing in between. That's an absolute beauty.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. common thread here. Rough, rough, rough.
Long way again. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Frank, on this approach shot here at the short par 4 14th, what's the best way to attack this flag?
Height's always a safety factor because the ball's going to land softer. So this is one where you'd opt for an aerial approach rather than a little pitch and run.
These putts keep the round together. So 1 over par for the round. Putt drops. Now at 1 over par. Looks good today with that birdie, bringing his score to -2. We're now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Second shot. This has no chance of finding the fairway. This is turning left.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So begins the climb back. And getting ready for the putt. -3 now for the round. It's a big putt right here for birdie. And it drops for birdie. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
No fairway here, this one in that rough.
That was a little over-ambitious.
Great lie, and what a great shot. He has really hit it a long way.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You got 5 minutes to find it.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. This is an approach shot that will really test a player. Second to the 16th. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. And setting up here in the rough. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, who you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. Settles in over the putt. Still even par for the day. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, this is all you want in a par 3, especially late in the round. You have to carry the water. You have to deal with the pressure. At 221 yards, this requires a player's very best.
On the process of elimination, don't go long, don't go left, don't go short, and right is marginal. It doesn't leave you with much.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Headed for the bunker, I think.
Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
This is a cross-country special. Could it be? Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Frank, he'll have to take a full swing at this putt for birdie.
This is long, but every now and again, one of these finds the bottom of the cup and makes that magic sound.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Clean this up with a tap. That's how you maintain momentum and make those putts for par. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you get the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it would be.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more. Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. Frank, what's the player need to watch out for here at 18?
That false front doesn't finish till at least 8 or 9 yards on, Rich, and then you've got two different tiers. Plus, it's a narrow green. Club selection here is just so important.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, uphill shot. What did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
That will be 4 over par on the scorecard for this hole. Time to pick up and move on. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's a round of 70 on the day. Frank, once again, we saw a lot of outstanding golf here at Quail Hollow.
And we saw why this is such a great driver's course, Rich. The fact that so many holes bend in different directions, the ability to hit the correct tee shot, and the reward you get when you do it. Quail Hollow,